Y'all, our world is filled with so much bad news right now. I mean, I have been good morning. How are you? How are you? It is Wagon Tails Wednesday. We've got some stories of hope and some stories of joy and some stories of wagon tails, and I think you're going to really like it. We've got the story of our Two Rivers Ford spotlight on the Citizen of the Month from Mount Juliet, Tennessee, and she is such a little spark plug in our world. I mean, she's doing so much good, and we're going to be talking about the story of Chris Midget coming up on the show. All sorts of good stuff. But I am burdened for those people who are down in the capsule that were looking at the Titanic. I just cannot imagine. And I just pray that they're found. And my heart is also with that ship that went down in the ocean, filled with Pakistani refugees, just trying to get away, trying to get to freedom. And it's just, God bless our world right now, because there's so much bad news. And we're going to try to give you some good news along the way. You know what? There's nothing more fun and nothing that will lighten your load and lighten your mental space than going to see the Nashville Sounds.
Who wouldn't love a stuffed booster? I know I sure would, or any sort of sound swag, all of which can be found at Nashville Sounds Pro Shop. The Nashville Sounds and Main Street Media Television would love to invite you out to Sunday Family Fun Day, each Sunday home game. You can also register to win free tickets by going to your favorite Main Street Media website. Register to win, and then we'll see you here at the ballpark.
Tell us a little bit about why Two Rivers Ford wanted to get involved in honoring a citizen doing amazing things.
Well, the Mount Juliet community is a special community, and we know it, and we see it all the time. And we have customers that are teachers and volunteers. So we have the new Two Rivers Ford Park, or the naming rights to the Two Rivers Ford Park in the Mount Juliet League. And we just thought, how awesome would it be just to pick a citizen every month and spotlight them, put them on the board, just celebrate the wonderful people in our community.
So I run Give a Little Christmas, and we started that in 2012, and we help children who are, we help them with Christmas. We help hundreds of kids have Christmas every year. We had 481 last Christmas, 700 in 2020. Our focus are the kids, or the working poor, where they're busting their butt trying to get things done, and all of a sudden something happens. Maybe they blow a tire, and there goes Christmas money, or domestic violence situations. There are a number of reasons that people need a little help at Christmas, and we're here for that. We're the last minute. We will take people Christmas Eve, but don't quote me on that, because I don't want a bunch Christmas Eve. But we will if we have to in an emergency situation. But Give a Little Christmas, I get to dress like an elf anytime during the year. I do community events. I do this thing, MJ Craft and Vendor Fair, but this year we did Restock Santa's Workshop, and it was a big festival. It was a lot of fun, but that was to raise awareness for the charity. And I have another one coming up that's a Nightmare Before Christmas theme, September 9th. We're going to do a Cocktails with Santa this year for the parents to come and shop without kids and have a few drinks with Santa. And so I'm in the Kiwanis Club of Mount Juliet, and we help children. We're all about the community kids. Kiwanis Club. I've been on the board for a few years now, and I love them, so we help with that. Oh, we're doing a weekly songwriters night for various charities every single Thursday at Burger Theory, at Holiday and Avid. And then what we do with that is we take in a local charity, and they come and tell about their what's going on. We raise money for them and collect donations. And that's weekly. You just get a hold of me if you have a charity that you want to help, or if you're a songwriter. And I bought a building that we are renovating to Santa's Workshop. That's a big thing right there, because we need a spot for our volunteers to come and work, and that's not outside in the snow or the heat, depending on the time of year. But I'm needing help with that. I need like an electrician, plumber, anyone that knows how to do anything with renovating. And we need items, donations. Pretty much, we just need help with that, because I have a dream, and it's going to happen. It's going to be this beautiful Santa's Workshop. and then we can all be comfortable in there while we're helping hundreds and hundreds of kids have Christmas. It's been my whole world. My world revolves around the charity. So I even run my magazine, Life Between the Lakes, for my charity. No, I never stop taking donations. I am Bubbles the Elf. That is my elf name, and my partner is Jingles the Elf. Her name is Olivia West Hedges, and she also sings, and so we write Christmas songs too. So we're also going to work on a Christmas album. We grew up pretty poor, but it was awesome. My parents are the best. But we grew up, when I was younger, had like an outhouse and no running water. It was kind of, but that was till I was about 4th grade. Anyway, so my dad passed when I was 13, but when I was very little, I wanted to be an actress so that I could have a big house, because I didn't know that actors didn't make any money but I thought I could have a big house and move in all the homeless people and all the orphans and all the stray animals. And so as a grown up, I have a big house, and I've let lots of people, we've let lots of people stay with us and help them get jobs, and no orphans, but I would take all the babies, and lots of rescue animals. So I think I kind of completed that goal. So forever, I'm like, I wanted to win an award, and I don't mean to sound vain. I'm not trying to be like boastful or anything, but I always wanted an award just for my giving, so that I would feel like, kind of like a humanitarian award, but maybe like a humanitarian award for Mount Juliet. So yeah, this is very, very special. It's actually a bucket list thing. I have it written in my networking group on Wednesdays I go to, gang, on my little thing, that I want to win a humanitarian award. But it's really just, what I meant was, I wanted an award to recognize the charity, and that I know I'm giving enough to, let other people know about the charity, so I can get more volunteers and more donations and lots of toys.
Hi everyone, we're here with Wednesday, our king vulture chick here at the Nashville Zoo. Wednesday is just a couple weeks shy of a year old, so we're going to be celebrating her hatch day soon. King vultures like Wednesday take several years to mature and get all of their full color, but as you can see, if you look closely at her neck, there's a little bit of orange coming in. Soon enough, she'll be a brightly faced bird, and then she'll have all colors of white and dark and gray all over her body instead of just a big black blob. This tiny little point here is a caruncle. That'll grow a little bit more as she ages. And the male vultures have a much larger one that they can use to help select different partners. Female caruncles, though, will stay nice and tiny. She's got a very dainty one. You can see Wednesday, our king vulture chick, in some of our WildWorks animal shows down here in the amphitheater on select days of the week.
That zookeeper Jake, love him so much. What's new at the zoo with Jim Bar 2? The brand new episode is out now, and you can see it on Main Street Media Television if you go on. And Jim Bar 2 and I were at the Flamingo Cove, and it was so much fun to learn about the flamingos and see. And coming up, we've got some really cool video with those flamingos, and you just don't realize what fascinating little creatures they are. If you're finding that your range of motion is less and less and less, and you find yourself doing less and less and less because of pain, well, let me tell you, I have been on the search for a chiropractor, and I went for my first consultation with Dr. Wendy Toohey and the team at the Gill Center in Franklin. I absolutely love her because hers is a holistic, not just a back approach, but a whole body approach. because I think that if your spine is in alignment and all the nerves that your spine connects to, that's all your organs, that's everything. If you're in alignment, your body works better. And so that's why I'm going today for my first spinal decompression. Yep. And I'm going to take you along with me, but I'll tell you all about it. And you can do exactly what I'm doing if you follow this.
Welcome back to Today's Better Health. I'm Colleen Barton, and I'm here with Dr. Gil Kentoff and Dr. Wendy Toohey, and we're talking about the latest treatments in back and neck pain.
Many people, Colleen, come to see us with neck and back pain, and they develop tingling and numbness down the arm or lower back pain that develops into sciatica shooting down their leg. And for these patients, we have an advanced treatment technology, non-surgical decompression therapy that we really introduced to this area. It separates the vertebrae and creates a suction to allow fluids and nutrients back in to heal the disc naturally, relieving pressure on the nerve and on the joint. It's an amazing treatment.
We've been helping patients like this for the last 30 years, helping them get back to work, get back to their family, get back to the life they want to live. I mean, it really is amazing. Technology helping us to live pain-free and better lives. Right. And I bet you have a special offer.
The first 25 callers will receive an examination, x-rays, review of our findings, and their first treatment, all for $39.
Call 615-551-3897 today to receive this special offer.
It really is pretty cool. I mean, x-rays, I mean, she looked at my knees, she looked at my ankles, she looked at my feet and looked at blood flow. And there's so many things that you don't realize. And it made so much sense when they pull that spine apart and let the nutrients get back and hydrate that disc so it puffs back up. Oh my gosh. Without surgery, without pain, on all the tables where it was being, everybody was asleep. So it doesn't hurt. That's the amazing thing, to be pain-free. Oh, so cool. Well, I'll tell you where you're not pain-free when it comes to scammers trying to steal your money if you're a veteran. Oh, before we do that story, I want to do some shout outs because lots of people in this morning. Elizabeth, it's so good to see you. So good to see you, my little sister. Oh, I love it. Good morning. I love you too. We were just talking on the phone and we were both talking about the people that were in those accidents and the people out in the oceans. So scary. Yeah. Elizabeth, it is scary for them and their families. I cannot imagine, but they did say that a Canadian, we're talking about the Titanic undersea vessel that is missing right now. They were getting taps. The Canadian Air Force was around looking and one of the Canadian aircraft did pick up a tapping. And so the sign of life has been heard. So please, dear God, just our prayers over all those people. Good morning, Angie. How are you? I wish you lived near and as well, Angie. I do wish you were here. Well, we've got this story about scammers stealing veterans' checks. So I want you to know the U.S. Postal Service is working. The Postal Inspection Service is working, but beware of the people who are out there and able to scam because they come up with new ways. And we try to stay on the forefront and give you these stories so you're at least aware if you get a weird email, a weird phone call, or just someone approaches you.
May is Military Appreciation Month. It's a time to pause and remember all those brave veterans and active military who have given so much to keep our country safe and free. Hi, I'm Andre Avery, United States Postal Inspector. Unfortunately, instead of respecting and honoring veterans, fraudsters are trying to steal their hard-earned money through scams created and targeted specifically at them. In this case, a scammer victimized veterans for millions of dollars, promising she would help them obtain government benefits.
I fell in hook, line, and sinker.
Matt Gurley is still angry with himself for getting lured into the Ponzi scheme run by Gina Palacini.
I did one of the most stupid things I ever did in my lifetime. I wrote her a check for $100,000.
Gina Palacini approached Gurley and other older veterans, offering to help them obtain government benefits.
I thought she was representing the VA. I was even more so convinced when she freely invited me to her house, introduced me to her family.
Gurley says he truly believed he was getting benefits available to him because he was a veteran.
So what she would do was convince them to reallocate, diversify their assets into an annuity, into the family trust.
But instead of putting that money into an annuity, she would put it into her business expense account.
She would then wire that money from her expense account to personal accounts and then just write checks like it was her job.
Postal inspectors investigating showed that mother of 4 spent most of the money on her children.
She would take her kids on vacations, elaborate vacations.
Like most Ponzi schemes, Palacini's scam unraveled.
Once the victim started asking questions, that's when the excuses started coming out.
In all, 13 victims lost $2 million.
It's heartbreaking. They worked their entire lives being in the military. She targeted those that were elderly, but also those that were veterans.
Matt Gurley says he has learned a lesson and is less trusting. But targeting veterans, he believes, is inexcusable.
They have reduced himself to the lowest rank in the human chain.
Gina Palacini was sentenced to more than 6 years in prison and was ordered to pay more than $2 million in restitution. Don't be a victim. Check out any financial opportunities to make sure they are legitimate. Help spread the word about scams targeting veterans and protect those who have protected us. For more information and resources, visit uspis.gov.
You're right, Elizabeth. There is a special place for folks who scam others, especially the elderly. You are right on the money. And I don't know, but I just wanted you to be aware because I hear these stories all the time and they are so good at what they do. If they put their gift to work at doing good in the community, there's no end to the good that can be done. Can you imagine if they put that to the right way, they could raise $2 million for veterans instead. I mean, my goodness. Well, anyway, we've got a story coming up. The TWRA has been working with the spotted skunks. It is springtime and skunks abound, but I didn't even know that Tennessee had a spotted skunk. Stay tuned right after this.
You can't see the sights without the sounds. From the crack of the bat to the roar of the crowd and everything in between, discover what Hit City has to offer. Spend your nights cheering on the Nashville Sounds at First Horizon Park with giveaways, fireworks shows, theme weekends, and more. Single game tickets are on sale now. Visit NashvilleSounds.com to claim your seat today.
We're not really clear on spotted skunk populations in Tennessee, which is part of the aim of this project. Aside from the intrinsic value of just it's an animal that exists on the landscape that's interesting, they are nature's cleanup crew. So they're helping everything that is picking up all of the dead stuff in the woods. And they're great rodent control. They exist as a mesopredator, so they're not the top of the food chain and they're not the bottom, but they're taking care of that intermediate space that's really important. So we chose Catoosa for the pilot project because it's a contiguous block that's pretty large. And the way the initial camera trap sites are chosen is random, so that we are not biasing where we think these critters will occur. And wherever we're getting hits on cameras, that's where we're going to focus our physical trapping. So one unique thing that separates the spotted skunk from the striped skunk is that they can climb trees. So a lot of the den sites that we find are actually up in snags, in addition to their dens and rock shelters and stuff like that that they use. Once we get them out of a trap, we're gonna immediately put our tracking collar on them in case they get away, and handling at least we've got tracking on them. We give them ear tags, so if they're recaptured, we know which unique skunk that is. We take all the usual measurements, body length, tail length, we take hind foot length, we take weight. We assess reproductive condition. We usually look for any sign of something like distemper or ringworm. And then after that, after they've been worked up, off they go. These spotted skunks are almost entirely nocturnal, but we think that understory structure matters a lot because one of their primary predators is the great horned owl. And so if they're out at night, they're going to want to be hidden. And even though they're black and white, and that's a warning to other critters, the owls don't care. So right now, the one we have currently collared is going to be denned up somewhere, and then we can go in and just unobtrusively figure out what that den site looks like, what that area around that den site looks like as far as the vegetative conditions, and hopefully take all of that data at the end of this and be able to say something about the den sites they're selecting for and where they're occurring on the landscape. We know that range-wide across the eastern U.S., the eastern spotted skunk subspecies has declined like 95% in the past 50 plus years. Part of that is due to habitat loss, and we know in Tennessee we've got piles of people moving in here from everywhere else, so we're trying to get a grasp on this and sort of get ahead of what's coming down the pike for losing habitat here in our home state.
Did you even know there were spotted skunks? And I agree with you, Elizabeth. They are absolutely adorable. And I want a shout out to our incredible, brave, and maybe a little more stinky team at TWRA who knew, and they're out there taking care of those little skunk babies. I mean, they're just absolutely adorable. Prayers for the tapping. Yes. You got my story about the Titanic vessel. I got to tell you, the fact that people are out there doing that and protecting our wildlife and keeping it, because the balance of nature is so important, and we destroy it every day just by the way we live life and the way we encroach on their territory. But when you mess up balance, it messes up everything everywhere. Sometimes it's time to just stop and look at the flowers and take a look at nature. And there's so many wonderful things going on. My friend Brenda Fielder at Mid-South Exteriors allows us to experience nature and still keep a wonderful sunroom. I love how they do what they do, making your sunroom look like the rest of your house. It's just incredible. If you would like to experience something new and maybe recapture that patio that you can use year round, give Brenda Fielder a call at Mid-South Exteriors. And coming up, we're going to go through a lily bed. What is a lily bed? Well, we're going to see one. Jason Goolsby takes us to his lily bed, and I just love it.
Hi, I'm Brenda Fielder. At Mid-South Exteriors, our custom sunrooms bring the sunshine in without all the heat and the bugs. And they keep you warm all winter while you enjoy the outdoors all year round. They add real value because we build them like your house to match your house. Or let us save you energy by replacing your windows and old siding. And because we have no retail overhead, we come to you and sell direct to you for less. Call us at 833-8003 or visit us at MidSouthExteriors.com.
I want you to look, since I did that video before and after, look how they've opened up. I'll see some more getting ready. They'll be popping open here. Look at that one. I guess this is called Francis of Assisi. This is the same one down here. All American Chief. Aren't they beautiful? Oh, that looks the same as the All American Chief, but that's called Bela Lugosi. Somebody that's a flower person, Irish person, can probably tell me. Get out of the light. There we go. What the difference is.
All across the country, people are coming together to speed up what we can learn about health. The All of Us Research Program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change the future of health. For your family, for future generations, for all of us. Visit joinallofus.org and find out how you can become 1 in a million.
Did y'all get that? She was building a church for the ants because everybody needs a church. I love that. That's our daily giggle brought to us by 50 Forward. Joinallofus.com. joinallofus.org/50 Forward, and you can be part of a research study that over 1 million people are going to be a part of this before it's all said and done. And I love this hour motivation moment brought to us by Rackley Roofing. You're going to love this next guy coming up.
They said I wouldn't make it without a college degree.
They said only a man could be a roofing executive.
They said a former addict always relapses.
They said my amputation would keep me out of roofing.
They said never give an ex-convict a second chance.
They said I could never be a leader.
They said I couldn't support my family as a single mom.
At Rackley, we say they're wrong.
Want to change the world? Change it. One roof at a time.
Woo! Look at me, Justin! Look at me! I'm just passing out motivation. Whoever wants it. Free motivation! I'm running! Look at me run! I can do it! I'm a real boy. I'm a real boy. Look how fast I can go. Look how fast I can go. I'm going down the fast. I'm like lightning. Going down like lightning. I mean, if I don't record it, did it really happen? Holy shit. All right. Is it snowing? Feels like a cold breeze maybe. Oh God. Hey! Look at me!
Okay, I apologize for that little expletive thrown in there, but my gosh, did that not go, okay, y'all, I can't even complain anymore. Bless his heart. Hey, you guys, we're almost done, but I want him to, if you want some outside lights around that patio, around that outside party area, these are the people that can help hang it up and you don't look like you have a big knot of wires and it doesn't spark when it rains.
Tired of hanging lights every year? We get it. That's why Southern Nights is here to help. We install programmable lighting on your home or business so you can enjoy beautiful, customizable lighting all year round. No more ladders, tangled lights, or cold nights outside. We do the work, you do the celebrating. Call Southern Nights today and take the hassle out of holiday lighting forever. For a free quote, give us a call at 931-241-3074 or visit our Facebook page at Southern Nights.
I didn't even know there are people that did such a thing, but I'm so glad that they're out there. Be safe, everybody. Be kind. And remember, you are loved. Thanks for being with us.
We are home. We are family. We are things to do and place to see. Mom and pops, local grown, small business Saturdays. We are Main Street, Main Street, Main Street. We are your Main Street today.